Students and families should access Naviance directly off of our webpage. Sometimes we see students try to Google Naviance login and they actually are winding up at the wrong site and aren't able to gain access. So going directly from our school website will make sure they have the correct site to go to. So if you go to academics and go to college career, down from there you'll scroll and you can see Naviance. Once I click there, you'll see a video walkthrough, and then you can select Visit Naviance, which will get you directly to our Naviance page, and you can see the extension of AESHS at the end. We do not access any parent accounts. We really encourage parents to directly access their student's account by using their login, which really does give them a wealth more information than going through that parent portal. So once we select students should log in using their full Stevenson email and their Stevenson password. There is a forgot your password link if students aren't able to gain access that will connect it back to their Stevenson email. Once they hit continue from here, they will see the layout of the Naviance page. We will start with the college tab. Once you select College Home, you can see all the different pieces that are in here, and our juniors and seniors will actually be able to use Naviance to register for college representative visits when they come in the fall from their junior and senior year in Naviance, and they will also be able to see the list of schools and when they're scheduled. We'll start by selecting a school. So I'm going to type in Indiana University in the search tool, and when I hit search, you'll see any school with the word Indiana in it. We're going to focus on the Indiana University in Bloomington, which is the main one our students tend to look at. Students can favorite the school in the upper right. This will allow for students to get an email nudge when the rep does schedule that visit. On this page, students will see a wealth of information. There's some overall information. The tabs will just scroll you down faster below. But in blue are the notes that Mr. Miller and Ms. Hansen take when the college rep comes to visit us in the fall. So if you do miss that visit, we create these notes with every school that comes, very similar information, so you have that. In addition, you will see our college representative's email and name up there, and we always put the date of the visit. We talk about admissions information, overall statistics, cost of attendance, including scholarship money, academic life, common majors, campus life, student life, and housing, all within that blue section. The most common thing that our students are using Naviance for the college side of it is the scattergram that you can find for each school. This will give you statistical information from the past 2 years of Stevenson students and if they've been admitted, denied, or deferred from each of these institutions. This is the best way to gauge the selectivity of a school for you, and we'll talk your junior year about how to group schools in 3 different categories, but this gives you an apple-apple comparison. So you're being compared to students who have been exposed to the same curriculum that are from the same area of the country. We do recommend, at least for our graduating class this year, class of 2026, to continue to use the SAT, even though you can convert it to ACT, because you will see the SAT is going to give you more statistics because the previous 2 years of students really use the SAT more. This will show you a point for every student in the past 2 years that have applied to Indiana and what they received for an admissions decision. Each student with a green check mark is a student that's been accepted. Each student with a red X is a student that has been denied, and these blue rhombi are students that have been deferred or waitlisted, essentially not admitted from there. So this information can be really helpful for students, not only to gather information in here to learn more about the school, but also to understand the selectivity of a school. Oftentimes we have families talk about the University of Illinois Urbana-Champaign scattergrams. Those are a bit more of a mess of information because we have, almost 700 students every year that apply. So we actually have a way to see that a little more drilled down. So if students go to the About Me section and they select Document Resources, within here you'll see a section that says U of I Admissions by College. When you select that, you will see all the different colleges are laid out here, and we will only give you 1 year of statistical detail. So this has not been updated for the class of 2026, but for our last year's seniors, if you wanted to see what the business admit looked like in that process, you can pull that up. And I'm going to try to slide that into my window here so you guys can see it fully. And you can see what has happened at the College of Business for U of I. And you can do that for each college within there. And again, those are updated usually in mid-spring each year. Also, under this college tab, there's a lot of other pieces that you might find helpful. There is an enrichment section where students can look to see about enrichment programs over the summer. There is also a scholarship section in here that we put information in as well for students to find information about scholarships. And in addition, there is a college search option too. So this advanced college search will allow students to use different selection criteria throughout these tabs of things that might be important to them. So let's say they're looking for the entire Midwest. Please note there's also some information here about Canadian schools. You can talk about how large that student body is that maybe you're looking at. You can talk about how selective a school might be in that process, athletics, majors that maybe you're looking at, costs, and maybe any special programs that you're hoping for. And then when you hit view matches, you will see all the different schools that match that criteria that you put in. And then again, you can go from there and click on the school and go back into the drilled down data about that particular school. Next, I want to talk a little bit about the career assessments that are available for students. So I'm going to go to the home under the self-discovery tab, and you can see there are a variety of different career assessments that students can take. Often our students are unsure what they want to study, and that's a very common feeling. These will give you different opportunities to explore your personality, the values in the work that you do, your preferred working environment, your strengths and your personality together to determine what possible careers with varying expectations of experiences in college can provide. So it will break down careers that have high school diploma requirements, certificates, associates, bachelor's, master's, and doctorate programs in here. In addition, students can directly look at careers from here as well. So if we go right into Explore Careers, students can pick a particular career that maybe they're interested in particular. So let's say we look at aerospace engineers. And here it will give you a little snapshot of kind of the overall information about Illinois with where that's sitting in terms of the salary or job growth. It will give you an overall information about that particular career path and the important things that are related to it and skills and necessary knowledge. It will talk about the overall projected growth. You can even break down by state if you wanted to see what that looks like from state to state. Students can also understand what is the most common level of education among people in this career, related majors, which then can be used to search with for that college search, and then also non-degree programs in addition, plans of study, and then related military careers and other similar careers in there. So students are able to navigate between those to learn more about the different careers that are out there.